All right. Welcome to the show, guys. Apologies about yesterday's crazy video, but you know what? Sometimes you just got to do what you got to do, right? So I know the stream kind of cut off abruptly, but there's a funny fact about that. I did actually speak for another minute or two after that stream went, so it's quite a coincidence that I was ending the stream a minute later, but the stream ended before. But remember, I told you I was having some network connectivity issues. There was doing some road works and whatnot. So anyway, leave that all aside. I hope everybody's doing awesome. I hope everybody can see exactly what I'm seeing. Whenever I'm seeing USDT, BUSD, all of that, USDC, all the USD pegs, you know, red, it's always a good idea. It's always a good thing. You know what I mean? So it's hard for me to explain this, but whenever you see the USD pegs to be red, means that the USD doesn't really have enough remaining. Because remember, it becomes green when money starts flowing in to USDC or USDT or whatever, and whenever money leaves, it becomes red, because the value is exactly the same. That doesn't make any difference. So we can see that they're losing their volume, which is absolutely fine. And we can see the volume is moving into these areas here. A lot of cryptocurrencies getting a little pump coming in, right? Now, we want to see where the heaviest pump has been so far. So obviously, we want to go to the 200 most 200 gainers. And we can see we've got some lovely moves coming in here. I mean, even XTZ, that's kind of surprised me, right? So there's been some news and all sorts around them. So everyone's pumping, everyone's doing awesome. I'm not really going to look too much into that. I'll just go into the market cap to go and see what the all-time highs are and how we're doing against that, right? Because I think that's more important to see. So some of these coins, you can see this one's down, still down from its all-time highs. So we want to get back to those all-time highs, you know. I think that's the key right now, you know, from where we are. So today's price to where we want to go, right? Very important. We've got to understand how close are we? How close are we to this number, right? That's the key right now, I think. I mean, some shitcoins taking a dump. What can we do? But we can see there's massive battles going on in this top 20 area, like, you know, from the, say, top 22 to top 10. We can see this massive battle going on. Everybody wants to take this position, right? So they want to be in the top 10, and currently we can see Dogecoin is being dumped and Avalanche is catching up, which is fantastic to see. I mean, Avalanche has just been on a rip. It just has not stopped. So they're really awesome. There was a recent hack, a $33 million hack on Avalanche. There's another project that was launched on Avalanche, and they had some sort of a bug. They launched on the 14th of September and they got hacked by the 20th of September. So it's getting a lot more common right now. These code bases, a lot of them have vulnerabilities. And now I'll tell you why they have the vulnerabilities. And this is just my opinion, by the way. I'm not a coder, so I can't really confirm what I'm going to say right now. But I do want to say this. One thing I have noticed is a lot of copy and paste. So what these projects are doing is they're copying other people's projects. And I've got this feeling in somewhere, one of these code bases, there's a vulnerability that nobody's looking at. And, you know, those vulnerabilities are constantly showing up. So some hackers, or whatever you want to call them, have figured it out, and they're just basically monetizing on that. And sadly, a lot of people are losing money, and obviously gives news corporations and whatnot more fuel to add to the fire and create FUD. So that's what I'm going to say. But other than that, look, market looking super awesome today. Entire market cap recovered by 3.71%, which seems very awesome to see. But as I said, if you just ignore all of this, and if you even look at the total market cap, you can see the major coins like the USDC and this and that, the altcoins, the peg coins, stable coins, they are suffering. Some of these coins who pumped, they are suffering a little bit because money's coming out, but it's moving back into other projects. And overall, the market seems to be like it wants to recover. I was also looking at the dominance charts and everything as well, trying to see what's going on here. Let me have a look. Not this one. No, I don't know why I was looking at that one. So this is the dominant. This is BNB. This is not dominance. What's wrong with it? This is dominance, right? So I was looking at the dominance, and I can see the dominance is dropping. Remember, whenever the dominance goes up, altcoins will suffer. Whenever the dominance goes down, altcoins are looking solid. So far we can see this dominance dropping, which is awesome to see. Actually, I want to see what the altcoins are doing. Total 3. I want to see them. See if that's total 3. Give me a sec. I just want to double check if it's total 3. Total 3 is excluding BTC and Ethereum. That's what we want to see. We want to see these guys pumping. So far, I mean, here, look, if you look at this RSI and stochastic RSI, it's giving us good indication that altcoin wants to pump. And remember, this is the entire altcoin market, so it's not just one. Looks like it's super solid. It wants to move back up again, and I think we might see another pump. But for this to continue, we need BTC dominance to drop. That's the key right now. Also, I just realized I can't see the chat, so I'm not even sure who's on, who's not. I can't see anybody actually. That's the funny thing. So let's have a look at this and let's refresh and see what's going on. So yeah, guys, if you're new to the channel, hit that like button, hit the subscribe. If you're new, subscribe to the channel. It will support, and smash that like button, and we'll move forward from there. And I know, like, it's one of those kind of like doom and gloom time of a time. It's like, oh guys, look, we've been dumping and everything, you know, and it's just getting boring, right? It's getting to that point where everyone's like kind of really annoyed. It's like, you know, when does this all stop? The truth is, guys, it never stops. This is all part of the pattern. We go up, we go down. We go up, we go down. Remember one thing I've like, you know, on the channel logo. Hey bro, hey OC, awesome bro, nice to see you on the show. But remember one thing, like the channel logo, literally it says expect a 50% dumps in Bitcoin is the norm, right? So we expect that, and expect a dump after a pump and a pump after a dump. So we all expect all of this, right? So it's absolutely fine for us. Now, I know a lot of people might be thinking, well, this is kind of really bearish, like we've got a lower low here. Absolutely, we have a lower low here. But it's actually not bearish, because it's actually following a specific trend, and the trend that's been forming is on a lower time frame. If you look carefully, you can see it's been following a lower time frame trend line, and it's actually shooting. So it's not that bad. You know, I don't see it as a bad thing. What I see is this. So if I do this, see what I'm seeing is this particular level here. It's kind of respecting this, and it's on upward momentum. So I'm going to be quite happy. And as I said yesterday as well, I said, guys, look, for us to invalidate all of this nonsense here, we need to cross over this candle. And for us to invalidate all of this nonsense here, we need to invalidate this candle. So we've got a long way to go, bro. We've got a long way to go. OC, I don't think many people are here, bro. So I don't think as many people are as excited about crypto or the market updates as you and I are, solely because I think people are just fed up. But I don't blame them, you know. But more than that, I think what people need to start doing is ignore the news, ignore all the feeds that they get, you know, because that's what's causing them more issues than not, right? Because they are constantly observing all the noise that's coming in. And you know what? You can't help it. This is the nature of this game, where everybody comes on and everybody's pumping something, everybody's saying something, you know, everyone's got an opinion. Some people are going to spread FUD. You know, so you've got your pessimistic people, you've got your optimistic people, you know, and people monetize on it. Like, monetize on it doesn't mean literally money, but a lot of other stuff. Like, they constantly monetize on it. So that's what happens. And also, you asked me a question yesterday, so I might as well answer that question. What is options, right? I mean, actually, do you want me to answer it today, or do you want me to answer it another time? I don't know. It's up to you, because I can answer it for you if you want. What is options, right? Because yesterday I was in that zone, you know, I was like in that energy, and I didn't want to answer it. But I can answer it in a basic way. For example, if you ask me what is options, let's just put it in a literal term. Imagine I have a car that I want to sell to you, and it's the one of a kind. It's the only one in the world. And I know, because it's the only one in the world, it's going to go up in value, right? But I give you the option to buy my car today, right? So you have an option to buy the car today at today's price, right? Or maybe a little bit less, knowing that the price is going to go up. You now have the option to say to me, okay, fine, I have the option to buy your car even if the price goes up at today's price. Right, so that's what option is. It's basically pretty similar to, like, it's just another form. Like, you know, we have 3 types of trading, right? So, you know, and they all kind of work the same way, but they have their own little fundamentals, right? So you have your spot trading, for example. Okay, 4 types actually, because you've got your spot trading, which is just physically buy and sell, fine. But in the trading markets, right? So when you're looking at the global trading market, stock market, that's where the other 3 apply. Because remember, spot market doesn't really apply to stock market, unless you're a company shareholder who goes directly to the company, or a founder. That's how you get your shares. But normally when the shares come out to the thing, there's only 3 types of trading. You can do leverage trading, you can do options trading, you can do futures trading. Okay, and each one literally just kind of self-explanatory. Leverage means you're borrowing other people's money and you're betting on the game, right? You're betting on the stock. That's what it means. Options means you have the option to buy it at at today's price or a current price. If you go whichever, so you can do a call or a put, which is similar to short or a long. So a call would be a long and a short would be a put. So you can decide. But only difference with an options is they have an expiry date. Every option has an expiry date. And then there's futures. You can do the futures as well. They also have slightly longer time, but they do have expiry date as well. Normally they kind of correlate with each other. Some of them have, options. Sometimes you can have for 30 days. You can have it up to 2.5 years, actually, funnily. So there are options out there with up to 2.5 years worth of options expiry date. So you just got to know what you're doing. And if it's moving the direction you want, then you have the option to sell your thing. So I don't know, I'll try and do another one and kind of explain it deeper when there's more people here. But right now, kind of distracting. But anyway, that's the point. So that's what we got. But other than that, look, market looking solid, in my opinion. When I'm looking at the market, I'm just seeing a solid market. I don't see any issues at all. Everything is indicating super solid. But the only thing that I did say that we do have this kind of a bearish divergence forming here, but mostly indecisive, is when we look at this on a weekly time frame, right? When we're looking at the RSI, stochastic RSI on a weekly time frame, we do see this data which shows us that it wants to come down a little bit more, but we see this massive bullish divergence forming here, which is like a hidden divergence forming here, which is saying actually the MACD, the moving average convergence divergence, well, we just had a bullish divergence here. So we agree we want to go. So that's telling us that we want to move up, and we want to now have a few weeks of positive green candles. So we're gonna have to wait for all of this and see how this plays out. It's a matter of momentum. It's a matter of people actually understanding and coming in. Once they do, then we shoot. You know what I mean? So this is all indicating that we might have a good few weeks. And you can see what I'm trying to say here. I'll show you prior history. It's like we've been here 1, 2, 3. So forming this for the last 3 weeks. And you can see this thing doesn't just last for 1 or 2 weeks, right? You can see there are failed rallies, failed ones. You can see there are failed ones here, which actually bump up and down, but usually it goes on for a few weeks. And this is a signal that lasts for a few weeks. So whether it's bearish or bullish, it always lasts for a good few weeks. You can see this, right? So this is the bear market, for example, absolutely nothing. And then you can see how the bull markets actually turn out. So when you're looking at all of this data, it makes total sense that we are about to get into this zone where we're going to have weeks and weeks of this bullish action, basically, that's going to happen. And as I said, failed ones usually happen around these areas. I don't know if you can see this, right? So if it's failed, you can see it happens around here, right? So the failed ones, they don't really have much. So this was coming off a bearish divergence, coming into bullish, and then it just failed, and it just didn't have enough power. So, and then you can see where the bulls took over. Another one here, bearish, bulls took over. And you can see this continuously, this pattern keeps on playing out. And we can just observe the pattern and say exactly what's going on. And so far, what you're looking at is we have come out of all of this nonsense area, come into this area now, and now we're going to start moving. Again, when people notice this, it's already too late. I mean, because for us, we've actually been in this bullish formation since early September. But again, people don't actually notice this, that how bullish we've been, right? So this is one way of looking at stuff. But again, they're going to find, as I said, they're going to find out when it's too late. So let's see what they do anyway. Let's have a look and see what they do. Also, I wanted to activate one other thing as well. Let me activate this, and I don't need this anymore. So give me a second. Let me get rid of this. And I want to activate one more. I want to activate my HMA while I'm on the weekly, because weekly HMA and the 50-week and 200-week is very awesome. So all of you guys know that I have talked about this. I believe I talked about it last week or the week before. In fact, when we were down here, we spoke about it. We said, look, we're going to come back and we're going to bounce on this line. And look what we did. We bounced on that line, right? So this was highly, you can see the probability of us bouncing on this line was higher. And so we did that. Now we obviously have to hold this line. The probability of us coming to this line is low. So please understand what I'm trying to say. So when we were here, we looked at probability and we said, look, beating the HMA line, right, the Hull moving average, the 104-week line, is going to be harder for us. Coming back to the 50-week moving average is going to be easier for us, right? And bouncing off this is going to obviously take us, whatever it needs to do is going to do. But now I'm telling you that from the 50 to the 200-week, coming down here is actually going to be a lot harder. So please understand how these works. And you can see, we can look at entire history and see how this works. It's very rare for us to come down here, and when we do, we don't last that long. Remember, each candle represents a week, and you can see here, for example, we only touched it 2 weeks, bounce off. Here you can see, okay, few weeks, 1, 2, and then another 2 here, and it was a bounce off. So that's like the bottom of the market. That's like the last the last floor. So it's a very rare occasion when we see this, and you can see we can't go too far, but it's whenever we touch this, it's a lot harder. It's not as easy as people think, and that's a confirmation of the bull market. That's when you sell your house, sell your dog, sell your cat, sell everything you have, and go. OC says accurate projections. Absolutely. So, but look, we're not doing projections based on my opinions. We're doing it based on the facts, right? The chart is telling us what needs to happen, and we're just using the previous data to determine what the future will do for us. So when we're looking at all of this, as you can see, that this is how we play around. Now, when we look at the 50-week and look at the 104-week, what do we see? We see that we stay above. Whenever we come down, we do struggle to go above. And when we do struggle, we finally break it. It's power moves. It's always a power move. It's always shooting up. It's a power move. Even the 50-week, you can see, kind of correlates with each other, right? You come below the 50-week, yeah, it's fine. You're a little bit dead. When you move above the 50-week, you see these kind of power moves. So here you saw we fell below the 50-week. We fell below the 104, and it is a full correlation to this. You can see this is exactly the same. In fact, probably a duplicate. This and this is similar. This was 2013, and this was the bear market of 2013. And here we can see this was the bear market of 2019, right? And you can see how the pattern formed, and it's literally the duplicate, right? When you look at these two areas, literally the duplicate. But when we do get back above, what do we see? So right now we can see that we are below the hull, but not below the 50-week. That's a key for us to understand that. Are we still in a bear market, or are we actually in a bull market, right? So is this bearish or is this bullish? Well, so far what we can see that we're kind of bearish here because of where we are on the Hull moving average. But actually, if we look at the 50-week, we're way above this. So when we went all the way up here, we kind of disconnected ourselves and went all the way up here. This was already indicating we were too high. Now that we've come back here and we bounced on this line perfectly, we're doing super solid. I don't see this being a problem. This looks super solid. Also, let me just check one other thing as well, guys. Give me a second. Let me check one other thing as well. Let me see if I could find it. Give me a second. Let's get rid of this and let's get one more indicator. I want to get the 21-week moving average. And let's change some of the parameters. I'm going to make it white and make it really thick for you guys to see, and I'm going to change the input to 21 week. So I'm not using the exponential. A lot of people would use the exponential. I'm not going to use the exponential. I'm going to use the normal moving average, just a simple moving average, right? And what do we see here? Simple moving average. Well, we see this whole thing. Look. I mean, just look at these patterns. You know what I mean? When you look at all of this pattern, what you're seeing is where we had we broke below the 100-week, 104 week. Sorry, we broke below the 21 week. Just here, we did this. All of this was done in May, right? But now look where we are. We're above the 50, number one. So we're holding that 50 support and the 21. And again, if you look at these power moves, these are on another level. You see what I mean? So when you're looking at them, you can see that yes, it follows through, comes back, but when it finally breaks out, these are power moves. These are absolute power moves. Do you know what I mean? Because you can see in 2013, right, where we were here, for example, we saw these patterns, and then we had these crossovers, and then we just shot up. So far, everything's in alignment. When you look at weekly, you can see the 20 week is above. The 50 week is also where it needs to be. The 200 week is also where it needs to be. The only thing that is not in position is this 100 week, right? So we need to go above this 100 week, and that's it. So yeah, so far so good. It's coming. There's a storm coming, and it's not a bad storm. It's a good storm. It's not one that wrecks your house. It's one that makes your house. Some people always say, like, you know, wife-changing money or life-changing money, whatever. There are going to be some life-changing gains about to come, but they don't last too long. So that's what you have to understand, right? I mean, this cycle could be different compared to every other cycle. I know people like to say a 4-year cycle. I call them seasons. I just say, you know what, I don't call them 4-year cycles because it just doesn't make any sense. Bitcoin was around since 2009, but Bitcoin didn't start trading until 2010 or 11. So you can't use that and you say, oh, it's a 4-year cycle, because our first top that we had was in 2011. From 2011 to 2013, that's 2 years. It's not 4 years. And then from 2013 to 2017, technically 4 years. That's fine. And people are connecting those dots and saying, well, 2017 to 2021 is no, actually, but it was 2017 to 2020. So it's not really a 4-year cycle. I know there's a lot of confusion about that, but you know what, we can be fair and we can just say, guys, it's just a season, right? You got the bull season, you got the bear season, full stop, right? Party season and miserable season. So that's what I'm seeing so far, and to me this just looks awesome. This is all indicating that, look, we might end up seeing a massive move similar to what we did earlier on. So for example, when you look at this area here, you can see how we came down, we touched this, we bounced here, we're going to come here, and we're going to bounce again. I've got a feeling we're about to do a bounce again, and this bounce is going to be power bounce. So, because it's not going to be easy breaking this 100 HMA. So let's keep an eye on all of this and see where it takes us, obviously, and if all of this is awesome for us. So let's see. You know, we've got to wait. We've got to see. Time will tell. And I know there's a lot of pessimistic people. Oh, sorry, what the hell am I doing? Let me get rid of all of this. I don't like these. There's a lot of pessimistic people out there. You know, like, oh, guys, we're going down and this and that. And you'll hear people talk about, like, for example, we've talked about the Golden Cross the day it came. So we know the Golden Cross happened on the 19th of September. We know this. But I guarantee you, when this moves up, people will be talking about, told you it was a golden cross. And that's usually the case. And it's like, guys, you're telling everyone too late. We're looking at it. We can see the data. We know it's already happened, right? This golden cross was forming while we were down here. This energy was forming up here. Do you know what I mean? So we saw all of this energy gather and then converge into this one point, you know? So that's what happened. And now, when everyone talks about it, it's going to be a little bit late, you know what I mean? So right, hold on, let me have a look at the chats, guys. Let me have a look at the chats. Sorry, this, I'm not sure what it is. At home, my internet is super solid. So I'm at home right now. Internet is super solid. I've never had any issues with my internet at home. But one thing I've noticed is my chat doesn't work, and my chat's not even connected to the internet. So I think I've got some issues around here. But anyway, so that's Bitcoin. I'm not going to talk too much about Bitcoin now. Let's move over and talk about other stuff. Like, you know, we've looked at other. Let's not look at other. Let's go into Ethereum. Ethereum also looking super solid. Let's have a look at the bottom and see what Ethereum shows us on the bottom. Dismiss. Right, let's remove this and let's get here and let's come here. Let's see what Ethereum is showing us. Okay, I know what's going on. So let's open a new one. Because I deleted all the indicators, Ethereum doesn't want to come on. So anyway, that's fine. So this is Ethereum, also looking super solid. If you look at the bottom here, super solid. And you can see how the MACD is just getting ready. It's getting ready. But of course, this is telling us a few more days. Because guys, nothing goes just up like that. You can see how this pattern shows. This is the pattern we're forming. And all of this is indicating we have a good few more days. Druvit, hello, bro. How you doing? You're right, man. Nice, long time no see. I didn't see you on the chats for a very long time, so I'm glad you're here, bro. Awesome, awesome, awesome. So you can see we will need to form the pattern before we go anywhere. Okay, so that's very important for everybody to notice that. Look, this pattern needs to complete, and if each bar is a day, then we definitely have a few more days. I mean, we can be looking all the way up to about, say, I would say Monday, Tuesday, even probably Wednesday. So there's another 4 or 5 days remaining in this to complete, and then flip over the top and then go. So I hope you kind of make sense how this works, right? So we're going to look at all of this and see where that takes us. That should be very, very awesome to see. And yeah, as I said, look, these were unfortunate events. This was, oh yeah, my God, I got to show you this. It's China dump. Everyone talks about China dump. China dumps on the very same day as the thing. I'm gonna show you this. You guys are gonna freak out when I show you this. I'm literally gonna send it to myself right now because I want to show it to you guys. You're gonna freak out when you see this. Give me a second. Let me get my thing out, because I literally found the evidence that this was 100% paid news and pure manipulation. Let me try and see if I can connect to it. Because this was manipulation, not this one. Okay, let me try and see if I can send my... So 1 second, let me send this image to you guys. I'm going to show you all of this image, and you're going to freak out. You're going to be like, okay, now I see what's going on. Because this is the truth, right? These guys have been... so this news that you saw, this news should have been... so from here to here... Basically, I'm just sending myself a picture. Give me a sec, guys. So I can download this picture and show it to you. You're going to love it, what you're going to see. Open. All right, got it. All right, I want to show you this picture. I want to show you this picture. You guys are going to love what you're about to see. All right, so you see this picture here. This is a picture. This is actually the original order. The original order they actually sent. So this is the Chinese government, right? This paper is where the Chinese government, so this, I'll just bring it here closer. So the Chinese government decided to post this, and if you look on the bottom here, I don't know if I can show you this. Let me try and see if I can zoom into this. Yeah, I can zoom into this. Let me show you this. You're gonna love this. Look, the Chinese government sent everybody the warning on the 15th of September. This is the actual letter the Chinese government sent out to all the exchanges and everybody, all the news, the original day that they posted it to everybody. Bloomberg decided to print this bollocks on the actual options expiry date. Here you go. Here's your conspiracy. Here's your proof. If you want to translate this, I can put a link for this. You can download it. Go and get it translated. Go and see, because I've seen the translation. And it's exactly the same thing. This is the actual thing the Chinese government posted out and sent out to all the exchanges and everybody, and says, if you're dealing with any crypto, this, that, whatever, or all of this stuff, right? On the 15th of September. So 6 days later, Bloomberg decides to print it on the very same day we have an options expiry. And I told you what all of that means. That literally means dump it down even further. Bring the market down even further. Let's get those discounts. Let's bring the market down and get those discounts. And I'm telling you, they shorted and they bought it at the same time. They shorted it here because that's how they're going to do it. This is a pure manipulation. So it was shorted here. And I'm telling you, the boys were out there. I'm telling you, it's either paid insiders, right? So they shorted it here and they bought it here as well. So either way, they made money both directions. This is the proof. This is the evidence that everybody needs to see. This is what it is. Actual date when this actual thing came out. And you can see where it came out. People Bank of China, right? So freaky stuff. Freaky stuff. This is the actual document, guys. Actual document, right? everything. You know, this is the kind of freaky stuff that goes on, but that's the reality. Do you know what I mean? That's the absolute reality. That, remember, when I say it's fake news, there's a reason why I call it fake news, because it's paid news, it's fake news, it's manipulation news. It's only to brainwash yourselves, like brainwash people who don't understand. I won't say everybody here, but there are people out there who follow the news and they get brainwashed. And this is why I was having this fit yesterday, right? But I was shocked when I saw this. When I saw this date, right? When I saw this date, absolutely freaked me out a little bit. And I was like, I told you so. This is all fake news. They knew about it for a whole week. They knew about it for a whole week, and they decided to print the news, right? Or we came out with the news. No, the Chinese government came out with the news thing. So don't blame China. Don't blame China. There are bigger players here. That it's not China. China FUD is used by big boy institutions to mess around with small boy players out there. That's all I'm going to say. So I'm going to leave that. I don't want to say anymore, because there are other stuff. It's hilarious when you look at all of this proper scam. It just, you know, it just drives you insane. So where were we? We did Ethereum. OC says interesting. Yes, it's true, bro. It's interesting, but these are the facts, right? When you look at this, you go around, dig around a little bit, you end up uncovering stuff that they don't want you to, but people need to know. Again, most people would just ignore it. Oh, no. It's there. You can take it and translate it yourself. Okay, BNB looking, look, when I'm looking at the market and I'm just focusing on this two area, on the daily, everything looks solid. You see, on the daily, everything looks solid. On the weekly, everything looks exactly the same as what Bitcoin is doing. So that just tells me the entire market is going to react when Bitcoin reacts. So we're actually waiting for a Bitcoin pump. Looking at DOT, look at this. DOT, okay, so we do see this. This is bullish here. However, we do see a slight bearish divergence here telling us, look, guys, no, it's not ready yet. You see all of this? It's just not ready yet. I mean, this is just messed up. It just doesn't know what to do. See, when I'm looking at this section here, I'm like, it has no idea what it wants to do. Even here, it has no idea what it wants to do. So DOT, it wants to push, as far as I know. DOT news and all of that should come out and pump the news, but they did say it's going to be October, early October. So I've got a good feeling October, we've got some crazy stuff coming. Good or bad, I'm not sure, but there's going to be some crazy news coming in October. So watch out for October. October is going to be a very interesting month indeed. Let's go into Solana. Solana, kind of recovering okay. I wouldn't say anything too much about this. Recovering okay. We do have our indicators, and we do have a slight, we can see this here. When we look at the blue, you can see a slight bearish divergence forming here. And also you can see the RSI has not really come down to its 30 level or whatever. Obviously, I like the 40, but it hasn't come down. But then again, if the market wants, then we can easily flip this over and continue. So we'll have a look at this, see what happens. But there's been a lot of FUD around Solana recently. But again, look, big boys, they want to give you the FUD and they want to buy from you. Interesting. Afternoon, my brother. Hi all. Yes, hello Bubble. How you doing, Bubble? Awesome. Right, we're gonna go into your coin as well, Bubble, so don't worry. So we got Cardano. Cardano seems to be on a recovery compared to everybody else. I mean, if you look at this, 1 2 3 4 days here, and if you compare that to Bitcoin, 1 2 3 4 days. So Bitcoin and everything's been down. Cardano's been pumping. Cardano's been pumping. What's going on, guys? What's going on? This is a coin that should have been dumping, but it's pumping. Not only that, it's actually come back to challenge its previous neckline, and then it's going to go and challenge the next one. Continue. So it's actually recovered from the dump that we had yesterday. Not only did it recover, it's pumping. So crazy stuff's happening. Follow the money. Remember, follow the money. So yeah, I mean, this is just awesome. Yeah, this is good. This is good. So I'm not changing any of the old targets. I'm going to leave all the old targets there because obviously the market right now needs to decide what it needs to do. We know what's going to happen, so there's no point talking about anything. EGLD. EGLD. My brother, I don't make this up. Look, it's the same chart. Did we have a line here? Yes, we did. And are we following that trend line? Look. It's not possible, right? But that's what's happening because that's the trend line. This is the trend line. And remember, the trend line was not made on this. The trend line was made on the facts. And the facts was these. You can see these area here. This is where we made the trend. And we're actually bouncing on the trend. It's insane to see this. Hey, KR, how you doing, bro? Insane to see this. So EGLD having a nice little recovery. Again, EGLD, for it to be confirming this recovery, remember we need to go above this line. So this would be our neckline. Once we go above the $279, then we're shooting for the moon. So yeah, EGLD looking positive. I mean, this is just a perfect correction. That's how correction should be. You have a bounce and you bounce off the bottom and you go up. So EGLD doing awesome. Let's have a look at AVAX. AVAX, I told you, AVAX was pumping hard, so obviously AVAX needs to calm down a little bit. Now AVAX is calming down. I'm a lot more happy. I think this is the kind of, because what we saw the other day, right, was basically, and I'll show you on auto, this is what we saw. Steep upwards. Even now, it's still steep. It's very steep, right? But it did give us a few little patterns to tell us that it was going to be still bullish, right? So number one pattern it gave us was this area here, and it says, look, this is just downward sloping. I want to break up. But now it's been telling us that, look, I'm going upwards. I don't want to break out. I'm going to break down. So it's been telling us, if you look carefully here, this pattern, it's been telling us that it wants to break down, and it did. And it probably will break down even further. But ultimately, if you look at a larger picture and look at the larger pattern, what I'm seeing is as long as the market favors it, it will do this. Come down, probably even do this. You know what I mean? So let's see what it does. But market needs to decide, and nobody has money to put it into everything. So they're going to make money here, take money out, put it into something else, come back to this, and continue with the market, right? SOV. So is that SOV sovereign? That's the sovereign one thing you were telling me, wasn't it, Druid? We'll have a look at sovereign. Let's see what happens, bro. Ascendex. We'll have a look. Ascendex. Ascendex, isn't that yeah, that belongs to Kraken. I'll check that. Yeah, let me check it. I'll check it, bro. No worries. Give me a second. I'll check it out, right? So we've got that. So that was AVAX doing awesome. Oh, Inch is disappointing me. I'm not going to even bother talking about it. Arva is disappointing me. I'm not going to talk about it. Link. Yeah, Link's just following the market. Sushi, a little drama you heard. I'm sure I told you where Zero Maki, who used to be the founder, he actually left. So he's not part of the main core team anymore. And yeah, look, if you look carefully, look, it doesn't matter where we go. This is Shiba, obviously. Let's leave Shiba for now. Shiba's going to do some crazy stuff. I don't need to tell anybody. For me, all I've said to everybody and my recommendation is buy as many Shiba, or at least $100 worth. And this is not a financial advice. Buy $100 worth of Shiba. Forget about it, because it's going to surprise people. It's just one of those coins that you have this feeling. It's like it's going to surprise everyone. It's done more crazy things than any other coin out there. Mbox coming down, and yeah, I'm kind of disgusted how the price just crashed on this one. Not really happy with this one. Arweave doing awesome. Look, guys, Arweave. Remember, I told you, if anyone wants to buy a file storage token, the best token would be Arweave. No financial advice, but that's what it is. And so far, if you do look carefully at the patterns, right, when we're looking at the pattern, when we see this kind of a pattern here, well, we see that this is a correction. Perfect. Now the next move is to break out of this. So it's a matter of when, not if, right? So these are the best patterns you can see that always break up. So super, super good. This is another pattern for another coin that pumped too hard, but I am kind of, I mean, I do hold a little bit. I do hold well, not significant, but good enough amount. And this is also looking super solid as well, so I'm quite happy with that. I think it's going to break out. All of these coins, by the way, guys, everything is down. Obviously, you know the market's down, so there's no point in me giving you what price is going to be. But all I can tell you right now is what it's actually doing, right? So it's more important to understand that, look, when we look at a pattern and we see how these things want to pump up, that all makes sense, that everything's getting ready. You know, like the correction's done, the pattern's done, we've stayed within the range. When I'm talking about range, this is a range. Look at this, right? The range we're talking about is, look, how this one connects to this, how this one connects to this, how they don't really, and they keep this pattern intact. So it's a tight pattern. So whenever you see a tight pattern like that and you do bounces within the pattern, well, at some point you're bound to break out. Whether you break out here or whether you break out here, at some point you're bound to break out. You know what I mean? So this is what you need to understand how it works. So we're looking at these tight patterns. Really, really awesome. Let's bring this bastard back in. He's doing okay, but as I said, we need to wait. We've got a long way to go. So with SHIB, remember, SHIB, we need to break these necklines. It's coming. I'm just going to wait for this one. It's coming. Right, I'm not going to talk about anything else. Let's move into SOV and have a look at SOV. Sovereign Cloud Holdings. Not this one, crypto. SOV token, Tether, so Uniswap. So here I'm still seeing Uniswap. Okay, fine. Let's go into something else because I'm still seeing Uniswap here. I don't really want to see on Uniswap because anybody could load it on Uniswap. And who's messaging me now? For God's sake, guys, give me a second. Let me just check. I don't like this when I'm on a stream. I don't want to see messages coming to me. Okay, I don't want. Chat is what? I didn't understand. What was all of this? I didn't understand what he's talking about. So I'm not understanding what's going on, bro. I don't know if you're listening to this, bro. I have no idea. But during a stream, try to avoid messaging me privately because it does make all sorts of crazy noise and everything. And we do want to avoid making too many noise. So I'm going to switch that off. I won't be seeing any private messages. And then move on from there. Right, let's go into this. So SOV, let's do SOV. So SOV was this one, right? If I'm correct, SOV. Because there's so many, as you can see, look, there's so many. So I've got a feeling it's this one. Let's have a look at this one. And let's see what's going on. So SOV's there. I believe is this one. Okay. Max supply, no total supply, fully diluted, market. Okay, all of that information hasn't come in yet. Okay, that's fine. Let's have a look. Okay, so I can see, yes, it's gone to Ascendex, BitMEX. Awesome to see that. Happy for you. You got Gate.io as well. So a few of the low exchanges. So let me explain what I mean by low exchanges. Nothing much to be excited about. Do understand what I'm trying to say here, right? I mean, Gate.io is a lot better than Ascendex in my opinion because look, what we're talking about. Understand? Don't get me wrong when I'm talking about this. This is what you're looking at. So which exchange you want to be on? The one with the highest volume. You know what I mean? Volume. Do you see what I'm talking about? Volume, right? So when you're talking about getting excited about Ascendex, you know, those are low cap. Where is it? Let me even find it. I can't even find it. My God. Is it that bad? Bro. Right, hold on. I haven't got my glasses. I might have missed it. Let me check this again. All right, we've got Bitfinex here, number 8 with not much volume. Let's find Ascendex. I need to find Ascendex. Ascendex 24. Okay, here you go. Ascendex 24. So that's the volume. So it's okay. It's not that bad, you know. It's got a 6.1 rating. It's not that bad. 204 coins. It's getting there. But again, look. Do you want to be on 147,000, I believe? 147 million or something. Yeah, 147 million. Or somewhere around here. I'll be excited when we come to these areas. So technically Gate.io is a lot much more better. I wouldn't be too excited about Ascendex. I can see Gate.io is awesome, and that's a decentralized kind of an exchange. They take any type of shitcoin, so it's not that bad. Coming into like something like KuCoin, which is picking up momentum. It's awesome. So that's the kind of stuff you need to understand, right? But look, if you've made some money, happy days on you, bro. That's all I can say. So let me go back to the chat again, see what's going on. Stone one. I think he wants to know about one USD Harmony one. So let's have a look at Harmony one. Let's see what Harmony one is doing. Let's go Harmony one. Harmony one, my brother. Harmony one. Looking good, coming back on a recovery. I mean, if you look at this is a beautiful pattern. So it just suffered from what the market did, right? You know, the market dumps that we've had. It just suffered from those. But the recovery is fantastic. I mean, look at this. Yesterday, dumped hard. It's doing better than Cardano. If you look at this percentage, it's doing better than Cardano. So the recovery has been awesome. So yeah, definitely. This looks super fantastic. You know what I mean? So it's got good potential from where it is. I won't really say anything too much here, but if we are to do a target, we should use the top. If we are going to do a target, we should use the top and the bottom here right now. So just for example, just use the market cycle bottom and just be hypothetical and say, well, we can go all the way up to 0.03 cents. Great. But yeah, I mean, that's what's happening. But remember what I told you guys, there's not one coin, there's a lot of them. So make money, take money, you know, don't marry it. That's the most important thing. KR Bybit only have a little coins to trade with. OC asks, why does Bybit have so little coins to trade with? Bybit used to be an only leverage trading platform for Bitcoin, Ethereum, and USD. And they've started to kind of get enough funding and whatnot, made enough money for them to get to the level where they can now get the technical teams and everybody to start adding more and more coins. So what they are trying to do is become more of an exchange. So over time they will get there. Trust me, no exchange without the funding can launch all the coins. There's a hard work. It's the whole database connecting every single API, making the pairs is not an easy thing to do, right? And I know, trust me, I've attempted to work with a project who wanted to do an exchange, and it's not easy. These pairs connecting them are really, really hard, and you can't get the right developers. So to make sure the system is secure, you need to employ them, and that costs millions of dollars. So people think it's just an easy thing. It's not, because you're talking about people's funds and money and everything. So you got to make it secure. So Bybit now, they've raised enough capital and they've done all right, where they have gone to the position where they can start adding more and more crypto. And I'll have to tell you, by what I've seen over the past 2-3 weeks, they've been on a roll. They're constantly adding new and new coins, which is awesome to see. So they are becoming more of an exchange, and I would love to see that and see how things go. But of course, they were not avoiding regulations. They got regulated later, and I don't think they're still regulated in all the countries, but they are finding some loopholes or whatever, and I think soon they'll establish themselves. We done that. You made 2x. I'm happy for you, Druvit, for you to make 2x. Awesome, bro. In my opinion, if you've made 2x, take 1x out. That would be your initial, and save yourself. Just sold half, as you always said. Awesome, bro. Exactly, you did that already. KR says SHIB will make millionaires. Absolutely, SHIB will probably end up making billionaires, maybe even billionaires. Stone1 said Harmony 1, and Druvit says check Discord. Discord for what, bro? Let's have a look. Zed Burn says he's at work. Snake Fingers is Druv. Okay, now I'll put a note so I know Snake Fingers is there. Damn, I didn't realize that Snake Fingers is Druvit. Yeah, awesome. That's awesome, Snake Fingers. Or Druvit, right? We've got all of that. You can Command F and type %X. Of course, thank you. Thank you very much, OC. You see, I'm not computer literate. Yeah, but Druvit, I hope you understand. Look, there are coins out there that will make you thousands of %, bro. It's not like coins don't make you money. Coins will make you thousands of %. That's not an issue. But you just have to have your, have control over your emotions and say when it's time for you to take money. There was another one someone recently mentioned to me. I actually did do some search on that. Hold on, let me see if I can find it. No. Yeah, this one here. So I know someone, he recently joined this, and I said to him, I said, just be careful. Look at this. Do you want to be investing into something like this, where literally every day it has a dump? Literally, it is a dump. So I told him to be very careful, and you can see, I mean, its structure looks good. If you look at all of this, it's like, oh, it's looking super solid. But when you start looking at what this is, for what it is and where it is, it's just trading on some, some decentralized protocols. This thing has dumped already, and what you're seeing is these big, if you look carefully, these are massive, massive spikes. Someone's been dumping on the people. So he was quite fortunate, and I'll be honest with you, he was quite fortunate. He actually picked up on one of these dumps, and he puts, I think he put £600, and he made about £6,000 from a single dump. So you see what I'm talking about? So he was lucky, and I said to him, I said, get the fuck out ASAP, bro. Can you look at this and see what this is? So overall, the structure looks super solid, but look, someone has been dumping to the market. They've been literally dumping it for discounts. Do you want to be in something as volatile as this? And you can see this is not the first time. Look, 1, 2, 3, 4, here 5, for example, 6, 7, 8, and these are not your liquidations. This coin doesn't even exist anywhere, right? So you're trading this on some Uniswap or some SushiSwap or whatever bollocks there is, right? I don't even know where. But the point is you're asking to be wrecked. You're asking to be wrecked. When you see these prices and it drops down to nothing, you're asking to be wrecked. So, but lucky for him, he took the money out. He actually, so what he did was he done a smart one. He put 600. He saw it jump to 6,000, so he took 3,000 out and he left. He said, "Sorry, I ain't going to be in there," which is okay. That's the perfect thing to do. So now he understands. He's like, dude, when I see it, you know, kind of if it moves up a little bit or something, I'll take the rest out, and that's what he's going to do. So super awesome for him. Have you heard of a book, an altcoin trader's handbook? And if you did, what are your thoughts? No, I don't listen to altcoin trader's handbook. There is no altcoin trader's handbook in this game. The only altcoin trader's handbook that we need is the one that's here, and I'll show you. This one here. This is the only altcoin trader's handbook you ever need. Okay, let's get rid of the indicator. Altcoin trader's handbook is this one. This is the only altcoin trader's professional handbook you ever need. Okay, this is the one. You can go on a higher time frame, and this is the only altcoin trader's handbook. Here, there was no other altcoin, only Bitcoin. When Bitcoin dominance drops, other altcoins came into the market. They started taking the dominance. When Bitcoin dominance drops even further, altcoins pump, right? Eventually, when basically Bitcoin dominance drops even more altcoins pump. Very simple. It's a very simple thing. You don't need a book. I've got an illustrated book here. This is an illustrated book. This works better. So when we see dominance come down and go below this, and one day in the future, when we see this pattern here, BTC goes altcoins have pumped already. They're 1,000,000% more. So, you know, from here they were worth nothing. They were like 1,000% or 100,000%. You know, down here as well, some of them doing hundreds of percents, 1,000%. Well, here they're going to do 1,000,000%. You know, the best guide you ever need. That's what it is. So yeah, I'm just having fun, guys. I'm just having fun. But yeah, that's what it is. We don't really need anything else. It's a very simple one, okay? And obviously when you got your charts, you've got your, so you can see the total is just with everything, the total entire market cap. This is the entire market cap. Total 2 is excluding BTC. So far you can see what's going on. It's the opposite of the dominance. Total 3 is doing this. It's the opposite. So you can see this is excluding Ethereum. But ultimately, this is what's going on. And when I look at this pattern, I can see the altcoins are constantly going to go up. And there's going to be thousands more. And they're constantly going to go up. They're all going to add to the traditional entire global market cap. The value is going to go up. So we've got what? Currently, what is it? We've got 12,137. Give it a year, you might see 13,000. Or probably a few months, you might see 13,000 coins here. So that is all adding to this market cap. So what I'm saying is not true market cap. Now you understand properly, hopefully, right? So of course the altcoins are just doing one single pattern. They're going parabolic. Oh yeah, great. You don't need a handbook for that, bro. Right? And when altcoins come over and take over the market capitalization, well, BTC does this. Simple. BTC falls. Simple. So that's that. But yeah, other than that, guys, there's really nothing else going on in the market. Market seems to be a bit boring. We do see some movements, not much. So yeah, I'm just going to say just hold tight. Hold tight. Let's see what happens. Actually, let me go back into BTC for one other thing. I want to quickly, while I'm here, because by the way, I didn't open the laptop until I started this stream. So I didn't actually check the prices or anything for today, even for myself. No joke. I'm literally on here right now with you guys doing my thing, and I'm actually checking it out as I am. So, because I need to double check on a daily and double check that if I did have a drop. Right, so let's do this body here. Let's go back to the high. Let's see how far we should be. Okay, no, we're okay. We're not going to see a drop, so that's fine. So now I want to see how high I'm going to go. So remember, I'm not going to give prices, but just a basic one. So we might see a nice little pump that could take us up to the 47k within the next few days. Is it super solid? It's okay. It's not that bad. So if you look carefully, it does invalidate this candle. Only this candle though, but we still need to invalidate this, which is actually the 48,000. So we've got a long way to go, guys. A long way to go. Let's see what it does. Give me a year and I'll make one of the big coins. Awesome, go for it. And I'll participate in your coin. How about that? Yeah. I'm sure the community will join in as well. If you got a good fundamental, good coin, good project, why wouldn't everybody just jump into it? And we deal with it. And this is kind of the stuff that we do anyway. So obviously on Discord, announce it, let us know, and then we work together. Happy days. But other than that, guys, Stream's been long enough. I've got bits and bobs I need to do. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut the stream today, and what I'll do is I'll catch you on another one very soon. Also remember, if you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button, follow us on Discord and Twitter, and smash the like button as well if you're here, if you found value, and if you think this video was informative enough, if not fun. Well, I don't try and make it fun, but it is what it is, right? So yeah, but yeah, other than that, I'll see you on another one very soon, and I hope this one doesn't just disconnect halfway and I speak for another minute. So yeah, I'm going to catch you guys on another one very soon, guys. So other than that, adios my amigos, I'll see you later.